Genesis chapter 42. When Jacob learned that there was grain in Egypt, he said to his sons,
"Why do you just keep looking at one another? I have heard there is grain in Egypt. Go down to that place and buy for us there, so we may live and not die."
So Joseph's 10 brothers went down into Egypt to buy grain. But Jacob did not send Joseph's brother Benjamin with his brothers, for he thought some harm might come to him. So the sons of Israel were among those who went to buy grain, for the famine was in the land of Canaan also. Now Joseph was the governor over the land, and who sold grain to all its people. So when Joseph's brothers arrived, they bowed down to him with their faces to the ground. Joseph saw his brothers and recognized them, but he acted as a stranger to them and spoke roughly to them. Then he said to them,
"Where do you come from?"
And they said,
"From the land of Canaan, to buy food."
Although Joseph recognized his brothers did not recognize him. Then Joseph remembered the dreams which he had dreamed about them, and said to them,
"You are spies. You have come to see where our land is unprotected."
But they said to him,
"No, O ruler, your servants have only come to buy food. We are all one man's sons. We are honest men. Your servants are not spies."
But he said to them,
"No, but you have come to see where our land is unprotected."
But they said,
"Your servants were 12 brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. The youngest is now with our father, and one is no more."
But Joseph said to them,
"It is just as I told you. You are spies, and this is how you will be tested. As surely as Pharaoh lives, you will not leave this place unless your youngest brother comes here. Send one of your number, and let him bring your brother. You others shall be kept in prison, that your words may be tested, to see whether there is any truth in you, or else, by the life of Pharaoh, you are surely spies."
So he put them all together in prison for 3 days. Then Joseph said to them the 3rd day,
"Do this, and you will live, for I reverence Yahweh. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers be confined to your prison house, while the rest of you go, and take grain back for the famine of your households. Then bring your youngest brother to me, so your words may be verified, and you shall not die."
And they did so. Then they said to each other,
"Surely we are being punished because of our brother. For we saw his anguish when he pleaded with us, and we would not listen. That is the reason this distress has come upon us."
Reuben then said,
"Did not I tell you not to sin against the boy, and you would not listen? Now we are accounting for his blood."
They did not realize Joseph understood them, for he had spoken to them through an interpreter. And he turned himself away from them and wept. Then he turned back to them and spoke to them again. He separated Simeon from them and bound him in front of their eyes. Then Joseph gave a command to fill their sacks with grain, then to put each man's silver back into their sacks, and to give them provisions for their journey. So he did this for them, and they loaded their grain onto their donkeys and left from there. At the place where they stopped for the night, one of them opened his sack to get feed for his donkey, and saw his silver in the mouth of his sack. Then he said to his brothers,
"My silver has been returned. Here it is, in my sack."
And their hearts sank, and each brother trembled and said,
"What is this that Yahweh has done to us?"
When they came to Jacob their father in the land of Canaan, they told him all that had transpired to them, and said,
"The man who is ruler of the land spoke harshly to us, and accused us as spies of the country."
But we said to him, "We are honest men. We are not spies. We are 12 brothers, sons of our father. One is no more, and the youngest is with our father this day in the land of Canaan." Then the man, the ruler of the land, said to us, "By this test will I know you are honest men. Leave one of your brothers with me. Take food for the famine in your households and leave from here. But bring your youngest brother here to me, that I may know you are not spies, but you are truly honest men. Then I will give your brother back to you, and then you may trade in the land."
Then, as they were emptying their sacks, there, in each man's sack, was his pouch of silver. When they and their father saw the money pouches, they were afraid. Then Jacob their father said to them,
"You have deprived me of my children. Joseph is no more, Simeon is no more, and Benjamin you would take away from me. All things are against me."
Then Reuben said to his father,
"You may kill 2 of my sons if I do not bring him back to you. Entrust him to my care, and I will bring him back to you."
But he said,
"My son will not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If any harm befell him along the way, you would bring down my gray hair with sorrow to the grave."